good day. This is Michael with the news. And now we have a special segment from our lead scientist, Daniel Lubunsky, on genetically modified foods. Thanks, Michael. We're here at that one place that makes genetically modified grains, and with us we have Mr. Grain Brain, a virtuous pantheon of deep knowledge on the genetic modification of his species. So, Mr. Grain Brain, what exactly is genetic modification of foods? How is it done to the members of your species? Thanks, Daniel, for the wonderful introduction. Now onto the good stuff. Genetically modified foods are certain types of food that have unpreferred characteristics like susceptibility to diseases, and then scientists like yourself splice in parts of genes of plants from the same species that don't have that weakness. In this case, they're immune to that disease. And presto, we have the same plant as before, but now it can't get the disease. Wonderful. But there are arguments that genetic modification can lead to bad things as well. Is this the case, and why or why not? Well, yes, there are negatives to genetically modified foods, because sometimes good and seemingly unrelated genes will cause one another to mutate, and the proteins formed from these genes can often be dominant over neutral proteins and can cause mutations in the consumers and inadvertently harm or kill them. All this being said, companies that create genetically modified foods are responsible to perform rigorous tests, and their foods have to be evaluated and approved by the FDA before reaching open market. Even though sometimes bad genetically modified foods pass tests and affect people and livestock negatively, most of the foods we eat today are genetically modified and have no negative effects on us. Thanks for those enlightening words of wisdom. Just one last question. Why are the grains the most common type of genetically modified food? In general, the reason grains are the most common type of GM food is that we're consumed not only by humans, we are used to feed livestock, and if we fail, then the whole world can starve. So scientists are trying to make us more resilient so we can continue to feed cows, sheep, pigs, and inadvertently people. Well, that concludes our interview with Mr. Grain Brain. Back to you, Michael. Thank you, Daniel, for that interesting report on genetically modified foods. And thanks to our listeners for listening to Radio KFOOD.